Thank you for tuning into the Finance News Network. I'm Jessica Amir, and with me today for an update from Immutep is CEO Marc Voigt. Marc, welcome back and great to see you in Sydney.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
So first up, you've got a lot of data expected to be coming out in the coming months. Just tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, we really have a lot of data coming from almost all our clinical trials, especially for eftilagimod alpha, our lead product candidate, immune modulator. So there we have AIPAC, our largest clinical trial. We expect data in first quarter next calendar year. We have TACTI-mel, final data towards end of this year. Inside, there should also be data later this year, as well as TACTI-002, a trial which we conduct together with Merck, and there we expect also data already mid of this year and then later this year as well.
So just honing in on AIPAC, what can we expect?
Yeah, AIPAC is a so-called double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized clinical trial, so a very high-quality clinical trial design. Should deliver an objective result. Double-blind means neither the patient nor the physician knows who gets placebo or the drug, so it is a very objective way to run a clinical trial. It's randomized, and there we can expect progression-free survival data, overall response rate in first quarter next year. It's a so-called event-driven readout, so meaning that the progression of the patient or a certain number of progressions of the patients will drive that readout, and it's of course very important given the nature of that clinical trial.
And so if FD is approved and it lands on shelves, what will it mean for patients suffering from metastatic breast cancer?
We may have the chance to have the basis for approval with the upcoming clinical trial results. And if the drug would be approved in metastatic breast cancer, first-line chemotherapy, this is our set, so to speak, that would change the existing standard of care for women with metastatic breast cancer eligible for first-line chemotherapy. So of course we would hope for a better quality of life, for prolonged overall survival, prolonged progression-free survival, and better response rates. So it could be really decisive for the patients and of course subsequently also for the company.
And Marc, you started 2 new trials during the year. Just tell us about those and also the work that you're doing with Big Pharma.
Yeah, indeed. On the one hand side, we started our trial, so-called TACTI-002, a trial where we collaborate with Merck, so Keytruda or pembrolizumab. Importantly also in the United States, first time that we received an IND in the United States. So this trial is recruiting very, very well. We have now more than 20 patients being recruited in non-small cell lung cancer, head and neck cancer, so that goes well. And also the other clinical trial which we conduct in conjunction with Pfizer and German Merck, so avelumab plus FD, goes also very well. The first patients have been recruited. We are very happy with the status, and for both clinical trials we actually expect interim data in the remainder of this year.
And Marc, just lastly before we let you go, with all this data and work in the pipeline, can you explain how this is going to add value to Immutep and hopefully its share price?
Yeah, the data indeed is decisive because there we will see if we have here a phenomenal drug. Or if we need to do better. I'm quite hopeful in that respect, especially then considering the multi-billion-dollar markets we are working on. I mean, just take Keytruda, for instance, as an example. This year expected to make close to $10 billion annual sales. And we are really at the point now where we see decisive data with AIPAC, with TACTI-002, where we can play a very important role in the immuno-oncology space, a multi-billion-dollar market again. And this ultimately is hopefully then being reflected in our share price and in our value.
Well, thank you so much for the update. It's been very informative. Marc Voigt, thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.